Hey YouTube, Mobile Gamers Unite. So, I've been running, let me turn this down. I've been running Listell for the past few days, and I really have to say, I've learned a lot. First of all, I've learned exactly how terribly tanky vampire bats can be. She's giving them, what is it, 35-40% defense and magic defense, 29 and 20. That's what my hero boost is right now. Now I don't have her like fully done at all. You know, obviously I only got her a couple days ago, and I can't just put all my priority on her, but I've leveled up what I could here and there. Okay, and she's already at 4,000 power level, so I did have the pleasure of pulling a dupe of her instead of getting Lanford. I personally don't feel bad about this. I would have preferred to have a Lanford because, well, for my guild, it's an extra playable character, so you know you can run more times and you can get more points. So I would always prefer to have another character, even if it's a character I don't like as much as the one that we're talking about. But regardless, I ended up getting a dupe of her that did jump her power level a little bit, and I kept playing with her because I saw so many reviews about how she's just player versus player, and guys, I'm here to tell you she's not just player versus player. Not at all. She does so much. She becomes such an awesome shock trooper. A lot of people were freaking out over her ability because it hurts her, okay? But what you're forgetting is that her bats are so tanky and so nasty that, first of all, let's talk about her damage. Off of her AoE ability, let's see. Off of her AoE ability, Blood Dance. You can read it however you want. Some people are kind of confused about it, but pretty much what it is you're going to take half of your hit points. She is, not your units. Your bats are safe. She's going to take half of her hit points, and she's going to do double that to the enemy. Okay? And then a lot of people kind of freak out at that point because your hero's at half health. It's not the worst thing in the world for her, guys. She has those vampire bats with such high defense and magic defense that it doesn't matter. I haven't seen anything that's been able to instantly get through them to get to her, because by next turn she's going to use Siphon and she's going to have her health full. Even if she's not using Siphon and she just does a normal attack, her bats will still heal her to full the next turn. They just do enough damage, and they're not tanking as much damage because they're so tanky. So all around, and you can do so much with her because there's so many boss fights and so many like gym leaders and stuff like that. Pretty much anything that's banking off a heal, she's just going to turn that heal into damage. And that curse is applied with everything that she does. So it's not just a certain ability that's going to put this Blood Queen curse onto people. It's just pretty much everything that she does. So she does wear the speed boots, mine does, because she's running with vampire bats. If I wasn't running with vampire bats, I would change the speed boots real quick to, I think it's Blood Pact or something. It gives you a bunch of hit points, so her damage does more, and just makes her immune to a bunch of stuff. But I'm running bats, and that's working really well. So I'm leaving the speed boots. I do like the Tree of Life. On her it's great because her magic defense is what drives her, and that increases that a little bit, but it really increases her hit points. Her hit points are really important for her, not only for her survivability, but for her damage, because that AoE move that does a lot of damage and takes half her health, it's got a 2-turn cooldown. So you can spam it a lot, and so the more health you have, the more damage you're able to spam every 2 turns. So I have her with Oliver's staff, and here's kind of like the misleading thing about Listell, and this is what I don't want people to get confused about. When you use Listell to attack somebody, she runs up to them and punches them in the face. She gets into close quarters combat. So you might be thinking at that point, like, okay, she uses her attack stat, but no, don't get fooled by that. Even when she's in close quarters combat, this girl is using her intelligence to attack, and her intelligence is scaling off of, it's not scaling, it is her magic defense times 1.5. So you want to get magic defense on her, forget about attack. The reason this came up is because I had the Oathseeker laying around. It's a Paladin's Hammer, and it gives 4.5 defense and 4.5% magic defense, which Oliver's staff gives intelligence, which she does not use because it's magic defense with her. So really the only thing Oliver's staff's doing for me is giving me 15% more healing, which does go a long way with her, okay? But really, other than that, and the enhancement bonus that it's giving me, like, the Oathseeker was going to give me more. My stats were pretty much all the same across the board with the Oathseeker, but I had 120 more attack. So I was like, man, I definitely don't want to sleep on 120 attack, especially if all the rest of my stats don't change. I mean, they went up and down a little bit. Actually, she had slightly better stats with the Oathseeker. I mean, they were like 4 or 5 up, defense and magic defense. She had 112 more hit points or something like that. That's not going to be for everybody because we're also talking about the enhancements that are on the gear. But, this is just what I had. So after I messed around with it, I realized, no, she's attacking with her intelligence. She's casting a close quarters combat spell is the best way to put it. So just because she's running up and punching people in the face, don't think that she actually uses her attack stat, because she does not, okay? So Oliver's staff is a great choice for her. I also have Purgatory to run on her, and I want to test that out to see how it works with the sticky bombs, because that's going to scale off of her magic defense too, because that's technically what her intelligence becomes. So all in all, guys, she's an amazing character, like my favorite to play. I'm so glad I pulled her right off the very first pull, which is cool because I didn't get Zarita, and I like to run Dark Reincarnation. It's one of my favorites to run, that and Empire. So really happy about her, really happy with how good they did her. I even want to get her skin, not even gonna lie. That skin looks awesome. She gets a scythe, Basil's got his scythe, they can be scythe buddies. It's just gonna be sweet. So I'm looking forward to that. I would like to make that happen. If not, though, I have the character. That's really what counts. So yeah, guys, this is Listell updated. This is what I think of her after actually playing with her for a few days. Now, I'd like to also note, mine's at 3,962 power, and I don't have any runestones in her yet. So I'm going to be putting runestones in her, and she has 2 pieces of gear that are level 40. Her robe's level 30, and her hat is still level 20. So really, really good stuff right here. You can do so much with this girl, just because those bats become so tanky and nasty that you can disrupt a lot of enemies. She can survive a lot, and I haven't even done anything yet with her actual tank skills. I would like to unlock those because she really has a unique mechanic. When she gets hit with magic, she retaliates. The other magic tanks don't do this. Okay, Juggler's not retaliating. He'll soak up magic damage and he'll take it for you. He'll heal everybody a little bit, and she will do the same exact thing. So it's another reason why Oliver's staff is alright on her, because she gets an extra 15% healing to her little troop heals. Like every time she gets hit or she gets into combat, she's going to heal you just like Juggler. Okay, now I think you take that skill off of her, but I wouldn't. It only costs you 1 skill point, and she can pretty much heal like Juggler, and that's really cool. I mean, that goes a long way considering how long she's going to last. She's going to be there till the end. She's one of the tankiest characters, so the longer she stays alive, the more healing she's able to spam. And these heals don't have a range. You'd be surprised at how nifty they become, because then you got units on the whole other side of the battlefield that are slowly losing troops and slowly getting worn down. Well, she's healing them 1,000 hit points every turn. So their troops are getting replenished every turn. So in return, those other units are going to hit harder when they attack things, because they're going to be attacking things with their troops at closer to full health. Okay, and if you really want to get into it, there's, like, for infantrymen, as long as they stay in that 80 to 100% health Goldilocks zone, they take less damage and are way more effective. And units like her, they help units like that stay in that nice Goldilocks zone while they're away from the healer or on the other side of the battlefield, because there is no range to her healing. So that's really cool. Her and Juggler both. So in a way, she is the Juggler for Dark Reincarnate, and I'd have to say she's the Juggler on crack, because she's just awesome. And I'm strictly speaking about her offensive abilities right now. And I know she's not going to hit as hard as Leon or anything like that, but for how much damage she can do for being as tanky as she is, it's almost unfair, because you can disrupt so much with that. You can send her out on her own, and she'll hold up a few enemies on her own, and she will be self-sufficient. She'll give the rest of your units the ability to actually put some strategy into play, to get into position, to get your cooldowns in order, to throw some spells. So she's really awesome for that. So I gotta say, I love this character. This is my update on her. This is how I feel about her. I'm going to be running the hell out of her. Oh man, I'm putting so many miles on her right now. So, Mobile Gamers Unite, enjoy the rest of your night.